Kindergarten Cop hit theaters on December 21st, 1990. An LAPD detective goes undercover as a kindergarten teacher in a small Oregon town to catch a drug lord and discovers that a classroom full of 5-year-olds is far more terrifying than any criminal he has ever faced. The adult cast around him was exceptional, and the child cast was unforgettable. 35 years later, people still quote it. So where did everyone go after the credits rolled? Arnold Schwarzenegger was born on July 30th, 1947, in Thal, Austria, a small village near Graz, the son of a local police chief. He began bodybuilding at 15, won the Mr. Universe title at 20, and won the Mr. Olympia competition 7 times before emigrating to the United States in 1968, with virtually no money and almost no English. By the time Kindergarten Cop was released, he was the biggest movie star on the planet, having already delivered The Terminator, Predator, and Total Recall in the same calendar year. He played Detective John Kimball, the gruff, implacable LAPD narcotics detective who goes undercover in Astoria, Oregon, and whose interactions with his kindergarten class produced the film's most beloved moments, including It's Not a Tumor,
It's Not a Tumor,
and Who Is Your Daddy and What Does He Do?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Schwarzenegger has said publicly that Kimball is his personal favorite role of his entire career. After Kindergarten Cop, Arnold Schwarzenegger continued his dominance with Terminator 2, Judgment Day in 1991, and True Lies in 1994. After his box office fortunes dipped in the late 1990s, he pulled off one of the most extraordinary career pivots in Hollywood history. In October 2003, he was elected the 38th governor of California in a special recall election, was re-elected in 2006, and served 2 full terms until 2011. He returned to acting after leaving office and starred in the Netflix action comedy series Fubar from 2023 to 2025, which ran for 2 seasons before being cancelled. In 2024, Forbes estimated his net worth had reached billionaire status. His immediate upcoming project is The Man with the Bag, a Christmas action comedy for Amazon MGM Studios in which he plays Santa Claus opposite Alan Ritchson, set for a 2026 release. As of March 2026, he has confirmed active conversations about returning to the Predator franchise with director Dan Trachtenberg, as well as a King Conan film to be written and directed by Christopher McQuarrie. He was married to journalist Maria Shriver from 1986 to 2021 and has 5 children. He is 78 years old as of March 2026. Penelope Ann Miller was born on January 13, 1964, in Los Angeles, California, the daughter of television actor and producer Mark Miller and costume designer Beatrice Amydown, whose own mother was the goddaughter of businessman Aristotle Onassis. She studied theater at HB Studio in New York City and made her Broadway debut in Neil Simon's Biloxi Blues in 1985, alongside Matthew Broderick, reprising the role in the 1988 film adaptation. She had supporting roles in Adventures in Babysitting and Big Top Pee-wee before 1990 delivered a career-defining triple: The Freshman, Awakenings, and Kindergarten Cop, all in rapid succession. In Kindergarten Cop, she played Joyce Palmieri, the warm, carefully guarded kindergarten teacher whose real name turns out to be Rachel Crisp, the drug lord's hidden ex-wife, and her chemistry with Schwarzenegger anchored the film's emotional center. After Kindergarten Cop, Penelope Ann Miller earned a Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actress for Carlito's Way opposite Al Pacino in 1993, and an Ensemble SAG Award nomination for the Oscar-winning film The Artist in 2011. She played Joyce Dahmer in the Netflix series Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story in 2022. She was briefly married to actor Will Arnett in 1994, then married businessman James Huggins in 2000. They have 2 daughters. Her most recent high-profile film was the 2024 biographical drama Reagan, in which she played Nancy Reagan opposite Dennis Quaid as Ronald Reagan. She also starred in the indie drama After All, released on VOD in November 2025, and has the ensemble comedy Wake with Cole Sprouse lined up for a 2026 festival release. She is 62 years old as of March 2026. Christian and Joseph Cousins are identical twins, born in 1980, who had already been working professionally since the age of 4, alternating the role of little Bobby Gibson Ewing on the CBS primetime soap Knots Landing from 1987 to 1992. They beat out more than 2,000 children who auditioned to land the film's central child role. Together they played Dominic Palmieri, whose real name is revealed to be Cullen Crisp Jr., the quiet, watchful little boy who slowly comes to see Kimball as a father figure, and whose kidnapping by his own father drives the film's claim anticlimactic action. Because child labor laws strictly limit how many hours a single minor can work per day, the twins divided the role across the entire production. At the film's 30th anniversary reunion in 2020, Christian appeared on a Zoom call with Schwarzenegger and their former co-stars. "After 30 years, I want to thank you again for saving my life from Richard Tyson in the locker room," he told Arnold. After Kindergarten Cop, Christian and Joseph Cousins appeared in Critters 3 in 1991 and The Comedy Twin Sitters in 1994, along with scattered television work. Christian retired from acting in 1995. Joseph returned briefly for the 1997 Knots Landing reunion miniseries before stepping away from Hollywood as well. Both have built lives entirely outside the industry. Christian works in sales in the home furnishings industry in California, and Joseph works as a stylist. They have remained on good terms with their former co-stars and have participated in fan conventions and podcast appearances about the film over the years. They are 45 years old as of March 2026. If you're loving this look back at the Kindergarten Cop cast, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more Where Are They Now content about your favorite classic films. Pamela Reed was born on April 2, 1949, in Tacoma, Washington. She earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts from the University of Washington and built her early career in theater, winning a Drama Desk Award for Getting Out Off-Broadway, and an Obie Award for Sustained Excellence in Performance. Her film career began with The Long Riders in 1980 and The Right Stuff in 1983, where she played astronaut Gordon Cooper's wife, Trudy Cooper, but she became best known for her comic work. In Kindergarten Cop, she played Detective Phoebe O'Hara, Kimball's resourceful and sharply funny LAPD partner, originally the one scheduled to go undercover as the teacher until a hypoglycemic episode forces Kimball to take her place. Reed's bone-dry comic timing made her one of the film's most praised supporting turns, and she reunited with Schwarzenegger and Reitman for the 1994 comedy Junior. After Kindergarten Cop, Pamela Reed won a Cable Ace Award for Best Actress for the HBO miniseries Tanner 88. She voiced Ruth Powers, the Simpson family's next-door neighbor, in multiple episodes of The Simpsons. She played matriarch Gail Green in the CBS drama Jericho from 2006 to 2008, which developed a devoted cult following. Her most widely seen television role was as Marlene Griggs Knope, Leslie Knope's challenging mother, on NBC's Parks and Recreation, a recurring part that introduced her to an entirely new generation of fans. She also appeared as Roberta Deeks in NCIS Los Angeles, where she shared the screen with former Kindergarten Cop colleague Linda Hunt. She has been married to photographer Sam Smolin since 1988 and has 2 adopted children. She is 76 years old as of March 2026. Miko Hughes was born on February 22, 1986, in Apple Valley, California, of English and Chickasaw ancestry. He made his first acting appearance in a public service announcement at 22 months old, and his feature film debut at barely 2 years old, playing Gage Creed, the toddler killed by a truck and resurrected as a murderous zombie, in Stephen King's Pet Sematary in 1989, a performance so genuinely unsettling that it remains one of the most memorable child turns in horror history. The following year, at 4 years old, he appeared in Kindergarten Cop as Joseph, the small boy who delivers the film's most iconic classroom line with the unembarrassed, completely deadpan confidence of someone who has absolutely no idea why everyone keeps laughing.
My dad is a gynecologist and he looks at vaginas all day long.
After those 2 films, Miko Hughes became one of the most in-demand child actors in Hollywood through the 1990s. He played Aaron Bailey as a recurring character on Full House from 1990 to 1995, appeared in Wes Craven's New Nightmare in 1994, Apollo 13 alongside Tom Hanks in 1995, Spawn in 1997, and Mercury Rising opposite Bruce Willis in 1998. He also released 2 music albums at the age of 9 in 1995. After a quieter period in his late teens, he re-emerged at fan conventions and horror events, and has remained a regular presence at nostalgia appearances as recently as October 2024. He appeared at the film's 30th anniversary reunion in 2020 and admitted he has still never watched Kindergarten Cop all the way through. "I can't stand watching myself. Maybe that's why." He is 39 years old as of March 2026. Linda Hunt was born on April 2, 1945, in Morristown, New Jersey, and grew up in Westport, Connecticut. As a teenager, she was diagnosed with hypopituitary dwarfism, which limits her height to 4 feet 9 inches, and she initially steered herself toward directing rather than performing, fearing the industry would never cast her. She attended the Interlochen Arts Academy and the Goodman School of Drama in Chicago, before building a stage career through the 1970s and earning several Obie Awards for her theater work. In Kindergarten Cop, she played Miss Schlowski, the sharp, exacting acting principal of Astoria Elementary, skeptical of the new teacher from the beginning, and ultimately one of his fiercest defenders, a role she played with the kind of authority that made every scene land perfectly. Before Kindergarten Cop, Linda Hunt had already made history. Her portrayal of the male Chinese-Australian photographer Billy Kwan in The Year of Living Dangerously in 1982 won her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, making her the first person in Oscar history to win for playing a character of the opposite sex. She voiced Grandmother Willow in Disney's Pocahontas in 1995, narrated the God of War video game series from 2005, and voiced Lady Proxima in Solo, a Star Wars story in 2018. Her most sustained television role was as Henrietta Hetty Lang on CBS's NCIS Los Angeles from 2009 to 2023, across 14 seasons, earning 2 Teen Choice Awards. A serious car accident in July 2018 sidelined her for much of a season. She has since largely stepped back from acting and was photographed on a quiet outing in Los Angeles with her wife in August 2025. She married psychotherapist Karen Klein in 2008, though the two have been together since the late 1970s. She is 80 years old as of March 2026. Carol Baker was born on May 28, 1931, in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, the daughter of a traveling salesman. She studied at the Actors Studio under Lee Strasberg and made her Broadway debut in 1954. Director Elia Kazan cast her as the naive, thumb-sucking young Southern bride in Baby Doll in 1956, earning her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress in one of the most controversial films of that year. That same year, she appeared in George Stevens' Epic Giant alongside James Dean, Rock Hudson, and Elizabeth Taylor. In the mid-1960s, she became a major Hollywood star through The Carpetbaggers in 1964 and the Jean Harlow biopic Harlow in 1965, before spending over a decade working in European films following a contract dispute with Paramount. In Kindergarten Cop, she played Eleanor Crisp, Cullen's cold, calculating mother, his most loyal accomplice, delivering a performance of icy conviction that made her every bit as menacing as her murderous son. After Kindergarten Cop, Carol Baker appeared opposite Michael Douglas in David Fincher's psychological thriller The Game in 1997, one of her last notable film roles. She retired from acting in 2003 after a career spanning 5 decades and 2 continents. She has lived privately since and published her autobiography. Her second husband, actor Donald Burton, died in 2007. She has a daughter, actress Blanche Baker, from her first marriage to director Jack Garfien. She is 94 years old as of March 2026. Kathy Moriarty was born on November 29, 1960, in the Bronx, New York, and grew up in Yonkers. She was 18 years old and had never acted professionally when Joe Pesci spotted her at a local beauty contest, invited her to audition for Martin Scorsese's Raging Bull, and she got the part, playing Vicky LaMotta opposite Robert De Niro in what was her very first professional acting role. She received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for that performance in 1980. In Kindergarten Cop, she played Sylvester's mother, a flirtatious school parent whose scene with Schwarzenegger is brief but completely her own. She strolls in, turns heads, and makes you wish she had far more screen time. After Kindergarten Cop, Kathy Moriarty proved her range with Soap Dish in 1991, The Mambo Kings in 1992, Joe Dante's Matinee in 1993, Casper in 1995 as the scheming villainous Kerrigan Crittenden, and James Mangold's Copland in 1997 alongside Harvey Keitel and Robert De Niro. She has continued working steadily in independent film and theater into recent years, most notably performing in the one-woman play I'll Eat You Last to Chat with Sue Mengers. Off-screen, she co-owns the Mulberry Street pizzeria chain with business partner Richie Palmer, with locations across Southern California and Las Vegas. She has been married twice and has twin children born in 2000. She is 65 years old as of March 2026. 35 years on, the kids have grown up, the adults have moved on, and the movie still holds. Some of them stayed in Hollywood, some walked away entirely, and one of them has still never actually watched it. That's the cast of Kindergarten Cop. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest Where Are They Now videos exploring your favorite casts from the past.